from Srkcycles, and I've got a bike that I've totally just fell in love with. 2014 BMW R1200GS. It's the GS bike. You gotta love it. Love this bike. I love the color scheme. This thing is so incredibly clean. Just like, look how clean it is. It's so clean. Everything about it. It's so clean. The Brembo brakes. I love that. I love the asymmetrical front end. Let's take it for a spin. So you have different modes: road, rain, dyna. I don't know what that even means. Road, rain, dyna, and enduro. Let's put on road mode. You can change the suspension: normal, hard, soft. Let's put it on normal. The best thing about it is you can very easily press the ABS and traction control button, and you can turn them off. Did that turn it off? There we go. It's got cruise control. Guys, I love this bike. It's just so much fun. It's got so much power. And these things handle so incredibly well. Blow your mind away. Now, something that really jumped out at me when I first jumped on this, and I've ridden about 3 or 4 other GS bikes, but older ones. The last one was an 08. One before that was an 04. The 08 had 108,000 miles on it, which is insane. This one has 2,000. And the 04 had like 5,000 miles. They were both really clean bikes. But I remember, if I recall right, my knees was hitting the cylinders. I think, maybe not, but I feel like I was just kind of sitting there. My shins were hitting the cylinders. It's not happening with this one. I got tons of space. I don't know if they changed up the ergonomics a little bit. I don't know. Something you notice when you're riding a GS bike is you're really sitting inside the bike. You know, your handlebars are up here. You have a lot of tank in front of you. It's not like what they call a standard bike or like a cafe racer bike or anything where you're sitting on top of it. You're really sitting inside of it. And when it comes to the ergonomics of like where your feet are, where your arms are in front of you, it's perfect. You feel so comfortable. You can ride on this thing forever. Now, I know you're looking at this this front windshield and you're like, it's, you know, you think it's all these little goofy lines and curves is all about styling. That windshield was designed inside a wind tunnel. Every little curve has its own little thing to stop wind or put wind or send wind in a different direction for your riding ability. Yeah! And I know it looks tiny, that windshield, but man, that thing works. I mean, cruising at like highway speeds for the Autobahn. You know, you're still sitting upright and you're cruising those faster speeds, and it just, nothing's pushing you around, nothing's pushing you back. It just feels great. It's a good bike to bump up on the curb. There you go. So you got your cruise control, you got your modes, you got your heated grips, turn signals, horn. Oh, sorry. Like, I thought I was honking at him, but I wasn't, but I could be. Oh, and this thing moves. This thing has like the heart and soul of a sport bike. It's so much fun to ride. Now, I'm super impressed. Actually, the first time I jumped on these, I was riding a lot of sport bikes, I was riding a lot of dirt, and I was like, wow, this bike is so heavy. Now, if I'm riding a lot of cruiser bikes, I jump on this bike and I'm like, man, this thing feels light. It's still a heavy bike compared to what people are doing with it. You know, those guys riding over logs and all this stuff. It's very impressive. I'm very impressed. I'm also very impressed that they're willing to beat up such an expensive motorcycle. I'd be more like, no, don't get dust on it. Because that's a lot of money. I think they're like close to 20 brand new or more. Now the motor in this is the, this is an R bike. So it's got your air-cooled boxer motor, like this. I was told it's called a boxer motor because like the crankshaft and the piston, what are those called? Piston arms, piston rods are like this. You know what I mean? Can you see that? But I guess because this is only a twin, so there's only one on each side, so it'd be like, so maybe it's not, maybe they don't call it a boxer motor, I don't know. But it's that style. It's an air-cooled engine. Well, maybe not. I think I'm wrong with that, actually. I had to poke down, I think I saw some radiators in it. The internet's gonna flip out. I might not know all the technical specs about every bike that I ride, but you know what I do know? I know what it feels like. And I know I love it. Just so much power. The shifting's very smooth. I could definitely see myself being that guy with like the bright green jacket, rocking the GS bike, and who does like, 700 miles a day, just crushing it. I get it. I totally get it. What I don't know if I could ever see myself being the GS guy that takes these things off-road and just beats the crap out of them. I don't know, I got too much respect for it. I like it too much to beat it up. It's not a, I know they were made for that, but it just breaks my heart, It's like I could never buy a brand new Jeep Wrangler and just off-road it to this, where you're having fun and you're beating it up and you're getting it messed up. I just couldn't do it. Now an older one, yeah, definitely. I love beating stuff up. It's got a big fat gear indicator right there. Of course, it's got 6 speeds. It tells you your range in miles. It was real cool when I took this bike, I filled it up, and it was still like 0 when I drove out, and then it counted from 0 to like 200, like really fast. It was magical.